Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project 365, episode 1704. Guys, if you're following along on YouTube, jump on over to the WODdoc.com and check out all the full-length videos that we house there. So I got a question that asked, how could somebody self-treat using an instrument for carpal tunnel or numbness, for those of you guys that aren't there. Numbness in these two fingers, possibly the thumb, typically due, if it's true carpal tunnel, to compression of some sort of the nerves that travel underneath your wrist, what they call your flexor retinaculum, which is basically this fibrous tendinous sheath that kind of keeps all your wrist tendons where they are. So when I flex, they don't pop out. They kind of just stay right there, right? That's because there's a thick fibrous band that holds all those suckers there. But sometimes we can get some compression. And if we think about this as like spider webs, like, like Spider-Man, how he goes shh, and he shoots out spider webs, we have neural structures and vascular structures that come out through there. So I'm going to show just how I would treat this, how I'd self-treat this, and weirdly enough, I have gotten some numbness into my web contact before. So what we're going to do is get ourselves, this is the Mohawk. You guys can use any instrument that you want, and if you can't find an instrument, then you could probably get away with using the back end of a butter knife or something. Anyway, here's where we're at. And I want to just make a couple distinctions as to like what we're going over here. Although we would have symptoms either in these first two fingers and the thumb, I'm not even going to address that area here, okay? I'm going to address the area of the carpal tunnel and see if I can release the tissue to take pressure off of those structures that are coming through the carpal tunnel. So what that means is I'm going to spend close attention to what we call the thenar process, the hypothenar process, and then right at the flexor retinaculum itself, okay? So here's what I'm going to do. If you guys have ever peeled an orange or an apple with a knife or something like that, you kind of get into a position that looks like this. You can do the same thing with the butter knife, and I'm just going to start rubbing with pressure coming from medial to lateral, right? So I basically am lifting up, I'm pressing down, working through the tissue, and then lifting back up, pressing down, working through the tissue, and lifting back up. You guys can see, but I'm just going to do that fast. So I end up in a position like that, working out that thenar process, okay? I'm going to do this for about 30 seconds, and then I'm going to move to the hypothenar process, and what you're going to notice here is I'm not going to go the same direction. So I change my hand grip. Again, depending on the instrument that you have, you're also going to have to change that hand grip, but rather than working the tissue in this direction, now I'm going to work the tissue in this direction. So I'm going to, again, spend about 30 seconds getting into that tissue as well. So I'm basically spreading out, right? I'm trying to spread like such. When I finish 30 seconds on the thenar and hypothenar process, that's when I'm going to work directly on the flexor retinaculum itself, right? Spend about another 30 seconds right here, except in this case, I'm going to go in multiple different directions. I could try to push from one side to another, but science. Studies have shown that we can't really push things in one direction or another. So just try to work it in as many different angles as you can, like such, okay? If at any time you feel an increased sensation, an increased numbness, increased tingling, or anything else like that, that's not something that we want to do, all right? So, again, 3 points to direct us to thenar, hypothenar, and then the flexor retinaculum itself. Go ahead and do some instrument-assisted myofascial release to both or all three of them. 30 seconds per section. Let me know how it does. Questions and comments, guys, post them below. Otherwise, we're here each and every day optimizing function to optimize performance.